NASCAR returns to Bristol this weekend. It'll be a Saturday night race for this one. Bristol Motor Speedway, of course, the compact half-mile oval track in Tennessee. Rick, which driver do you like for this night race that is going on for NASCAR this weekend?
Woo! You know, this is exciting. This is actually, between NASCAR fans and NASCAR drivers, one of their most favorite races of the year. It's Bristol at night. Like, this is a tradition that goes back generations for NASCAR fans, friends, family. I'll tell you this, I'll be with my dad and my son. We'll be watching it. Second of all, shout out to my son. Went through a really tough knee surgery yesterday. Really proud of him for how well he handled all that. With that said, for me, speaking of family, I'm leaning towards one of the Busch boys to win. Combined, they have 14 wins at Bristol. I picked Kyle to win at Bristol earlier this year. He came through and won at Bristol. Kurt finished second in that race. I think we could either see the same or a flip-flop. And if the Bushes, for some reason, aren't able to, dominate like they have in the past, I'm kind of leaning towards Joey Logano to take it. He's got a couple wins there. He ran strong in the spring there. He's ran strong over the last couple years. But this is Bristol. Like, there's going to be bumping, banging, crashing. It's whoever survives. And the Busch brothers have learned how to survive at this track. Nobody else has more than 2 or 3 wins at this track. Kyle has 8. Kurt has 6. I mean, they're doing something right to win that many. It's hard to pick against either one of them. I'm taking a Busch boy. If a Busch boy doesn't win, then I'm going with Logano. That's my pick.
So this race is called the Bass Pro Shops NRA Night Race, which is about as country as it gets.
Woo!
I'm going to give you reasons why Denny Hamlin is going to win. He's finished top 5 at 5 straight races, including a win at Pocono. In 8 races featuring 750 horsepower engines with no aero ducts, he's finished in the top 5 7 times this year. He has 12 top 5s overall, more than anyone else, and he finished 5th at Bristol back in April. So the fact that you can get him at 12-1, I think is decent value. He's been really consistent this season. So there's my Denny Hamlin take.
Great job.
Jeez, you're busting out like schematics and
great job.
Deep dive, baby.
That was impressive. The half-mile races are always, when you go away from the mile-ish track, if you either go with the really long tracks, a road course, or the little teeny little half mile, they're always, it adds that little wrinkle that changes it up a little bit. NASCAR may not be like my choice of watching habits for sports on a weekend, but I appreciate when there's something a little different about it. And going to Bristol is always, if you're going to Bristol, you're going to the Tricky Triangle, wherever you might be going, that's one of those unique courses that adds that dynamic to it when you have something and to have the drivers, I like what Rick was saying about the Busch brothers, where they know how to drive here. And this isn't one of those where all you're worrying about is the embankment, the change of the angle on everything. This is a very unique track. So, Taylor, that was like mind blowing hearing those kinds of numbers being pulled. But I would side with one of the Busch brothers just because they do know how to drive Bristol. I hope you enjoyed that segment from the Odds On Favorites podcast. If you did, there's plenty more where that came from. Click on the link on your screen now to be taken to the complete podcast from this week, or check out the channel to find the other individual segments. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Odds On Favorites YouTube channel for plenty more sports and sports betting picks, tips, and how-to guides.